Hello everybody, welcome to my English class. Today we would study Prose-3, Sir Isaac Newton, the ingenious scientist. Let us know the story. Isaac Newton was born in 1642 in a village in England. He was brought up by his kind grandmother. During his school days, he was remarkable for his ingenuity, means clever and creative. He invented curious articles with his tools. His neighbors and grandmother admired his inventions and believed he would be a capital workman in future. Newton was good in mechanical and math skills. He made curious clocks like the dancing figures, the sailing ship as the pendulum vibrates, and the clock that worked by the dropping of water. Newton also made a sundial which is still in his house at Prose-3. He could acquire knowledge in simple ways like to find the strength of the wind. He jumped against the wind, and by the length of his jump, he calculated the force of the wind. Newton frequently went to the new windmill near his house and examined its parts and internal machines for many hours. When the windmill was working, he watched the process by which the millstones revolved and crushed the grains. Thus he learnt about the construction of the windmill and made his own small windmill with available materials like box straps, linen for sails. When this windmill was placed in the air, even a puff of wind from Newton's mouth made the windmill work, and the handful of grains put into it turned to snow-white flour. His playmates always liked his toys, particularly the windmills, but one of his friends said that he had forgotten something in the making of the windmill. When Isaac was sure that it lacked nothing, it lacked a miller. As he grew older, he started thinking beyond making toys. He isolated himself, thought deeply, read some book of mathematics or philosophy, and at nights he observed the stars. He asked himself many curious questions about the world of stars, their distance from Earth, their orbits, whole force, and so on. After 14 years, he helped his widow mother, but his mind was bent to become a scholar, so his mother sent him to the University of Cambridge. Isaac was the first to find the nature of light. When an apple fell on his head, he discovered the force of gravitation. He tracked the orbits of the planets and stars on the sky. His mind was above this world. Sir Isaac Newton died in 1727 when he was 85 years old. He was a member of Parliament and received the honor of knighthood from the king. But he was not proud of his knowledge. His name is written in letters of light formed by the stars in mid-sky. Mr. George and Mr. Temple remark that if Isaac had lived longer, he would have found all other inventions of today too. So the knowledge we acquired by reading this lesson is, to any action there is always an opposite and equal reaction. In other words, the actions of two bodies upon each other are always equal and always opposite in direction. Truth is ever to be found in simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. The phrase is understood to mean that if Newton had been able to discover more about the universe than others, then it was because he was working in the light of discoveries made by fellow scientists, either in his own time or earlier. He is best known as the scientist who first identified the effects of gravity. Hope you all have enjoyed listening the story of Sir Isaac Newton. We'll meet you in my next class. Until then, bye.